While most of the conventional population is asleep right now, I'm going to tell you guys a story about why I dropped out of college. Never mind, I thought it was 1 o'clock. Regardless of the time, you guys are here for the story. So, like most kids my age, a year ago, I was getting ready for college and I was beyond hype. Like, really. High school wasn't exactly an ideal, fun time for me. I had a few friends here and there, but most of the people didn't give a fuck about me. I feel like I'm half to blame for that because I basically shunned everyone away that tried inviting me to a party and basically said, I'm too good for that, I'm not going to do it. As mentioned before, I was so hyped for college, so I couldn't wait to get out of high school. From junior year on, I would say my effort to get good grades was half-assed. I was just so ready to go to college, and I just didn't care anymore. I wanted out. While my attention was honed in to the future, everyone else was living their lives in the present, and that's something I missed out on because I was too busy worrying about my future. So I missed out on the little details such as I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I suck at school. So all those three things combined, that's college. Gotta look both ways before crossing the street. Safety first. So yeah, I'm not paying attention to the little details like, am I doing this for me, or am I doing it because everyone else I know is doing it? I was focused on what I wanted, and that was a social life, a lot of friends, to be in a frat, all those things, but I wasn't focusing on what I needed. So me, being the oblivious chap that I was, I didn't notice that I'm not any of those things. All I noticed was, this is what high school prepared me for, so this is obviously where I'm meant to be. I'm not walking on that fucking sidewalk ever again. So I'm just going about my business, and then I end up graduating high school. A lot of the people I once considered my good friends ended up being the people that just left and did their own thing. So going into summer, I didn't really have all that, much to be happy for, but college was the light at the end of the tunnel. So fast forward to college, and I move in. I'm in a nice dorm, 2 good roommates, a lot of pretty girls on campus, and I'm like, this is the life. Fuck the dweeb in high school that I was. I'm a new man now. Then classes start. Just as a disclaimer, I had a lot of other shit that was going on behind the scenes at that time, so I don't know if that had anything to do with me ending up dropping out. So I'm focused on the social life and not, the academic life. That's where I thought I'd find the most happiness, being with people, partying, doing all these things that, normal college kids would do. But as weeks went on, I realized that I wasn't happy. I was just maintaining a faux smile. And then my uncle passed away. So, my uncle passing away, my friends that I thought were my friends, leaving my ass in the dust, and disinterest in academics basically was my downfall. But I was a trooper, and I kept going, because I knew that there's light at the end of the rainbow, that it's only going to get better from here. Boy, was I wrong. College ended up being high school part 2, at least in the few months that I was there. And I don't know why I expected it to be, this magical place. And I got really depressed because everyone else seemed to be handling it so well. While I'm over here, I'm way down here, they're all up here. My disinterest in college went to a new low, as my grades went from C's to, I think, D minuses. And again, my depression kept getting worse and worse. I just felt like I couldn't handle it, and I started thinking about suicide. Because college is meant to be the place that everyone shines, that everyone makes those friends that they remember for a lifetime, and here I was, alone, once again. So after like a week or so, I went to my advisor, and she told me I was failing all of my classes. I had to call my dad and explain to him that all that money all that faith that he put into me, I just wasted it. Him hanging up still gets to me every now and then, because at that moment I knew I just let my biggest role model down. I chose the first because I still felt like college was for me. Couldn't have been more wrong. Spring rolls around and the same shit happens again. I end up failing all my classes once again. It's a point to note that I ended up wasting like $20,000 of my parents' hard-earned money, and that still gets to me. I just had to drop out. I got so much shit from my peers, my parents, all saying I'm gonna be a bum, all saying I'm just wasting my life, just throwing it all away. So again, Mr. Suicide creeps in. So I went to my doctor and told her, what was going on, and, she changed my medicine, fixed it up a little bit. And I thought that this time would be different, going back for the third time. My parents were very hesitant at first, as they should be, but I was more hesitant. I still don't know if I'll be successful without a degree, but only time will tell. I chose to play it safe and not go, and that's when the most of the criticism, popped in. People were basically bashing me anytime they, I got into an argument. They brought up, well, you dropped out of college, so you're worthless. So basically my parents, my peers, everyone that doesn't even fucking know me is against me. I have to give a lot of credit to my cousin because he helped me through this a lot. So wherever you are, Shane, thank you. It wasn't until like maybe a few months later that the idea of trade school, came into my head. Being a plumber, an electrician, an HVAC guy, that's crazy. Those guys make little to no money at all. I was brainwashed, basically, to think that college is the only way to go. That spending the money is going to make you more money. While being an HVAC guy, an electrician, maybe even a carpenter or a plumber is still in my head, I'm not going to do it right now in my life. Right now I'm looking for full-time work. I feel like I started understanding myself better throughout this whole dropping out process. And God bless my cousin because he enlightened me to know that sometimes you gotta do things for yourself because at the end of the day, you're all you have. I'm ready to prove it to the world that you don't need a degree, to be happy and be successful in life. Yeah, a degree would help, but there are just some things that I know aren't meant to be in my life. And college, I feel like now, is one of them. So right now, all I have is a high school diploma and all the motivation in the world to leave my mark and change it. Yeah, I'm gonna miss out on, being in a frat and meeting a lot of girls and, all that fun stuff, but I need to focus on me. That's what I am. I'm an underdog. I'm one that needs to prove himself to the world, but first I need to prove it to myself that I can do this, and I've proven it. I now know that I have every realm of possibility to change the world and make it a better place. I just need to find someone to give me a chance, and I know that's going to happen in due time, but until that happens, I need to tell myself I'm not going to give up. So for everyone going to college, be excited for it. You're going to have a great time. Just make sure you focus on you first. So yeah, being in a frat or sorority, going to parties every weekend, having all these friends, that's something you want, but is it what you need? Again, I'm probably one of the very few people who think this way, but you don't need college to prove the world who you are as a person, as a human being. But in all honesty, I don't care. Because I'm doing me, and you should do you. Unless you're a girl, because then we can do each other. So again, thank you for watching this, and I'm probably going to do a better one on YouTube, one that doesn't have all this guerrilla style video. All I need from you guys is just to have a little bit of faith in me. Just realize that I'm carving my own path. I'm not following the beaten one that's been traveled a million times. And there's nothing wrong with going to college, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you gotta do what's right for you, and each person's different. For most of you, I'm sure it's probably the best thing you could do. But for people like me who want to shine in other areas, ones that don't involve school, then I just say follow your heart and just do what you want to do. I'm getting a million chats and I'm scared to open them. I'm not saying you should drop out of college. Don't get it twisted. This isn't a plea that I'm copping. But seriously, I'm not trying to get you to drop out of college. I'm just saying that this is the decision I've made and I have to roll with it. So yeah, that's basically it. My name's Connor. I'm 19 years old. I'm single. And I dropped out of college, so you know, shit happens.